Good morning, everybody. Sorry I missed you yesterday. I some things happened in my life yesterday that we'll get to that in a minute. Maybe we'll get there. But there was a yesterday was a very important day, and I wanted to do a video for yesterday because there's a lot that happened yesterday that I wasn't aware of, and maybe you're not either. But March 20th, Friday, March 20th. March 20th was the first day of spring. That was the spring equinox. Now, if you don't know, the equinox is when the Earth is in alignment. There's a equal day, equal night. 12 and 12. Um, but yesterday, the sun actually crossed the equator line. So we got the sun cross the equator line as the northern hemisphere begins to tilt toward the sun. That's going to be bringing a lot more sunlight our way. It's the spring. It's spring has sprung. it's Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought because I'm already emotional about some of the things that happened yesterday, and we'll get there. It was also another key moment yesterday because it was the new moon. I don't know if you noticed, if you tracked the moon or not, but with the new moon, that's when the light side is completely facing away from us. We see the back side of the moon, or the dark side of the moon. The moon actually doesn't rotate. It doesn't move in the sense that we move in the solar system. The sun just crosses into the back side of the moon because of our orientation with the sun. We don't see the sunlit side. So everybody has throughout history has looked at a new moon as the birth of the new lunar cycle. So anyway, let me see what my notes say here. The moon was in the new moon phase. As you know, the new moon is when the light side of the moon faces completely away from Earth, so begins a new moon cycle. These two things, the spring equinox and the new moon, only align once every 19 years. That is that's not rare in the cosmic sense, but it's rare in our life cycle because that doesn't happen very often. This is the start of the astrological year with the renewal of spring. It's a time of heightened energy for setting intentions, planting metaphorical seeds, and growth and profound personal transformation, a cosmic reset of birth. Now, you can say, oh, that's all coincidental. It's coincidence that the lunar cycle happened at the same time as our astrological cycle, as did the equinox. You could say that. You could also say that some things are happening in the world, that energies are happening. I don't get into the astrological signs or crystals and things like that. I think those are all interesting, and I think they mean something. But I have a hard time believing in total coincidences, especially when all these things are lining up at once. Now, onto the personal side of things. So yesterday, I was going through thinking about what I want to say about today or yesterday, and then that's when we found out the world lost Chuck Norris. Now, I don't know how you feel about Chuck Norris. I mean, I've never met Chuck Norris. His movies are okay. His personal help videos are okay. There's a lot of okayness about Chuck Norris, but much like Keanu Reeves, very few celebrities live up to the legend that they are. And Chuck Norris went above and beyond that, in my opinion. He was a good man who did a lot of good work for the world. And all those jokes about Chuck Norris and how he doesn't do push-ups, he pushes the earth away from him, or one of the ones anyway, I'm not emotional about Chuck Norris. I felt bad about Chuck Norris passing. But in my life, there was a man who was my version of Chuck Norris. He was indestructible, and he wasn't yesterday. I've mentioned him a few times in these videos, and because he's a good friend, never judged me for anything I've ever said or done. Supported me in all my craziness and my adventures. I never once, not once, whenever Josh was around, I never once had a dull moment. He was always, you sometimes were afraid, you didn't know what was going to happen because he was explosive in his personality, not in a negative way. He was a force. So as the world lost Chuck, I lost Josh. And I don't find it coincidental that it was on the same day as the lunar cycle and the cosmic cycle and all these things all aligned, and I don't know what it means. If it means anything to you, if it means anything to me, really, it was a big day. If I post this, thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a blessed day. I love all of you. I thank you all for anybody who watches these videos. But I plan on making this an intention day where I intend to live things differently. So we'll see where that goes. Take care, everybody.